Hallelujah. I want to pick up, amen, where I left off, amen, a couple of weeks ago. Amen. God has permitted me to continue this, amen. How many of you know that you have purpose? Yes. You are here for a purpose. Amen. Let's go to Galatians. Galatians chapter 1. And we're going to start at verse 10. Apostle Paul is speaking, amen. He said, "For do I now persuade men or God? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Christ. But I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after men." Are y'all hearing? It says, "But for I neither received it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation," somebody say revelation. Revelation. "Of Jesus Christ. For ye have heard of my conversation in time past in the Jews' religion, how that beyond measure I persecuted the church of God and wasted it," or that word is, the definition for that is overthrow or to destroy. He tried to destroy. Paul, we talking about Paul. Paul tried to destroy and overthrow the church. The apostle Paul. "And profited in the Jews' religion above many of my equals in my own nation, being more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers. But when it pleased God," somebody could say, "Please God," please God, "who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace, yes, to reveal his son in me, that I might preach him among the heathen. Immediately I conferred not with the flesh and blood." Amen. Amen. We're going to add a blessing to the readers and hearers of his words. You may have your seat. Amen. Paul said he persecuted the church and wasted it, tried to overthrow it and destroy it, but then he turns around and says that he was separated from his mother's womb. Called by grace, separated from his mother's womb to preach, but yet persecuted the church. I'm going somewhere. Y'all remember that, amen? Oh man, mother already, mother already in there, man. Come on. So here we see Paul persecute the church, but then he said, "I was called from my mother's womb to preach." Are y'all hearing me? Go to Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. When you're there, say amen. 8 and 28. "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, and to them who are the what? According to his what? Purpose." So it's according to his purpose. It says, "For whom he did foreknow." In other words, God had knowledge of you beforehand. Amen. You know, God showed me something about this ministry. People will find their purpose here. Amen. I want to back up. There are 5 questions that the human race is frustrated with. Amen. And I want you to write them down. 5 questions before we go on. Paul said he was called from his mother's womb. And women, we know what goes on in the womb. Are y'all hearing me? Paul said from his mother's womb he was called. But there are 5 questions we have. How many know we got an identity crisis in not just this country, but in this world? But there are 5 questions. Number 1, who am I? A lot of people don't know who they are. Come on, somebody. Because a lot of our youth don't know who they are. Because if they knew who they are, they wouldn't be trying to be another gender. Come on, somebody help me up in here. So they don't know who they are. If I'm Tim, I'm not trying to be Kim. Come on, somebody. If I change my name to Kim, then I have an identity problem. I don't know who I am. Amen? Amen. Number 2, where am I from? Don't know who you are? Where am I from? Number 3, why am I here? These are good questions, isn't it? This is what a lot of people are frustrated with. Who am I? Why am I here? Are y'all hearing me? Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What can I do? It's people come to church, amen, don't know why they're here. Don't know who they are, where they come from, and what can I do? Are y'all with me? Well, at number 5. So number 1 is what? Number 2 is what? Number 2 is what? Number 3 is what? Number 4 is what? What can I do? And number 5, where am I going? Those are the 5 questions that people have. Amen? Now let's look at the word. Let's go to the word and let's find some of this stuff out there. Amen? I'm not going to be able to get it all tonight, but let's look at something. Paul said that he persecuted the church, but yet he was called from his mother's womb. So let's find out where we come from. Amen? So go to, we in Romans, right? Says, for whom he did foreknow, he also predestinate to be conformed. In other words, watch this, watch this. In other words, he predestinated, he called them beforehand, he declared beforehand, he gave them an assignment beforehand. He predestined. How many know you predestined? Said to be conformed into the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn of many brethren. Now watch this. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also did what? Call. And whom he called, he what? Justified. And whom he justified, them he also what? Let me go. I'm taking too much time. Go to Jeremiah before we get started. Jeremiah chapter 1. Jeremiah chapter 1. Verse 3. 4, I'm sorry. Verse 4. The word of the Lord came unto me, Jeremiah, before I was formed, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. I think this is powerful, right? This is powerful what God showed me with this. Before before I formed thee. God formed you in your mother's belly. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Y'all, this element, I'm going to show you something. This stuff. But we got to lay it out this way. Brother Melvin, God formed you in your mother's belly. Do you believe that? Mother, do you believe that God formed you in your mother's belly? Iggy, do you believe that? God formed you in your mother's belly. And then God goes on to say, I knew thee before I formed you. I knew you. Do you believe that, brother? He said, and before thou camest forth out the womb, I sanctified you. Because Paul said he was called from his mother's womb. Come on, somebody. This sounds supernatural. It sounds to the natural man, that's crazy. Does that sound crazy to the natural? To the natural. You mean to tell me God called me before I was formed? Yes. In my mother's womb. He knew me before I was even formed in the mother's womb? Yes. He said, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Are y'all hearing me? Go to Psalms. Psalms 139. Psalms 139. Verse 13. For thou hast possessed me in my reins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderfully means to be distinct, marked out difference, or to be separated. You were set apart by God, distinguished and important, excellent. God distinctively marked you out. He separated you. You were set apart. Sister Yvette, you were set apart by God. Watch this. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My substance or my material was not hid from thee. Y'all hearing this? Are y'all hearing this? Yeah. In other words, my power, my bones, my might, my substance, my natural material, my very material was not hid from thee. He says, when I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth, thy eyes did see my substance. In other words, he's seen me, my very being, yet being unperfect. In other words, as an embryo. He saw you in the early stage before you was even, when God stopped me right there, this did my heart good, because God, he said, go back and look at, the birds and the bees. To understand when I called you from your mother's womb, when I called you from your mother's womb, when you was an embryo, I called you when you was just a seed. And I looked at this thing and I said, say, when a seed comes out of a man, 20 million, 100 million to 300 million sperm counts comes out of a man. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Tell your neighbor you were created with purpose. I want you to say, I was created with purpose. For purpose. You are an assignment from God. You are not a mistake in this room. 500 million sperms come out of a man into the woman's, inside the woman. Y'all hear what I'm saying? 500 million. Mother, come on, baby. 500. God said, I knew you when 500 sperm cells came out. I handpicked you out of 500 million. 500 million comes out. The egg is released from the ovary. Come on, somebody. The egg is released and swept into the fallopian tube. And they're waiting for the sperm. Man, listen, what it's got to do with the word? I'm telling you right now, it has everything to do with the calling on your life. I'm going to show you something. It releases the egg into the fallopian tube and it waits for the seed. Are you hearing me? 500 million trying to get to the egg. 500 million sperms or sperm comes out of the man with purpose. They're not just going aimlessly, they have a target. Tell you that you were created. You came out of your father's loins with purpose. Purpose is not something that comes in you. Purpose is something that's already in you. It don't come, it's in you. When you, come on somebody, when you come out your mother's womb, you came out with purpose. Because why? It was already in you when you came out the father's loins. Watch this now. It says, when these 300 million sperm enter in, less than 100,000 make its way to the cervix, through the cervix, with 6 inches left in its journey to the egg. Y'all hear me? It says the tail, like, you ever seen biology or science when the sperm comes out, it's like a little tadpole? Well, that tail on the sperm is not just there just to be there. That tail has purpose too. That tail is to propel it. It's to propel it or give it force or drive it to the egg. Come on. So it's a race going on. Oh, baby, come on, somebody. It's not just going aimlessly. That tail knows where it's supposed to be. That tail is driving the head where it's supposed to be. The tail behind the head is forcing it, it's propelling. It has a destiny. It has a goal. It has purpose when it comes out. And God is sitting back. That's not it. They're going to tell him. Let me help him out. Watch this. I'm going to come back to this. Watch this. It says there are only 200 sperms make it to the egg. So it's 200 of them that makes it right to the egg. But only one can get in. You got in. Because he handpicked you. He said, I formed you in your mother's womb. He guided you. And watch, when that sperm goes in the egg covers, it becomes hard, so the other ones can't get in. And God called you from your daddy's loins. Well, that's another shout right now. Y'all got shout me, but praise. When I realized how important I am to God for 500 million in it, God said, Tag, you the one in. Go in that egg. You the one. So you come out of your father's loins with purpose. Because that sperm does not come. It says some wonder of die. See what happens when you don't go inside the egg, you die. Y'all hear me? Yes. And that represents right there. The rest of them, so 499 died. I'm the only one that fulfilled my purpose. And when you don't have purpose, or when you don't fulfill your purpose, you die. Because the whole purpose for that sperm is to get to the egg so fertilization can happen, so something can be born, so life can come forth. And if there's no fertilization, then you will not fulfill your purpose. You will die. And there's so many people in the grave that didn't even come close to fulfilling their purpose.
Also the appointed time.
You messing with me. You messing with me.
Yeah, the appointed time as well.
It's an appointed time. I'm going to get there. Mother, get ahead of me. Appointed time. Somebody said purpose. I'm telling you right now, when you understand what you were here for, because you have to get a hold of that before you can even go any further. When you understand, when you got purpose, but you got to understand you were born with purpose. You were born with it. You were born with something to aim for. You were born with that. God called Paul from his mother's womb. Amen. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Now watch this. Go with me to, let me finish reading this. Thy eyes did see my substance, yet being imperfect. In all thy books, all my members were written. Y'all see this? Do y'all believe the word of God? Mm-hmm. So in other words, he made you exactly the way you look right now. God did that. Come on, somebody. All your members are written down. I hear what I'm saying. So, you know what? Why don't you love who you are in Christ? I like me. I thank you, Lord, for making me the way you did. Come on, somebody. There's not another you on this earth which in countenance were fashioned, whereas yet there was none of them. How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God. How great is the sum of them. Y'all see that? Let's go to Jeremiah 29:11. Y'all there? Are you there? For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord. Thoughts of what? And not evil. To give you what? An expected end. Go back to Galatians. Now we're going to break this down. Told Jeremiah, I called you from your mother's womb. And then Paul goes on to say that in Galatians chapter 1, Paul goes on to say in Galatians chapter 1 that here he is persecuting the church, trying to destroy and overthrow the church. But yet he was called from his mother's womb. And I went back to Romans, and it says that God foreknew us. He predestined us. He called us. He justified us. He glorified us. And then I began to look at my life, and God began to show me, son, you were called from your mother's womb to do what you're doing right now. And so many times we get mixed up, and say, man, if I would have did this, have you ever said, man, if I could go back, I know you done said this before, I know it, if I could go back, I would do this different. If I could go back, I would, you know what, man, I should have did that. When God said, if you would have did anything else other than what I allowed to happen, you wouldn't be where you at right now. You would be sitting right here, right now. If you go back and alter any event in your life, then you wouldn't have got to where you at right now. God said, if you go back and change anything, you wouldn't have made it to Sierra Vista. You wouldn't have made it to 1999. You wouldn't have heard me call you in 1999. This is why I said I called you from your mother's womb, because, watch this, you have to walk out. You have to walk it out. You're destined. I was destined for Sierra Vista. Are y'all hear what I'm saying? So stop saying, if I could do it all over again. Because there's nothing greater than the call of God on your life. You don't find out your purpose till you answer the call. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Somebody say position. Even though God called you from your mother's womb, you have to be positioned and prepared for the call. Amen. Because when you answer the call, then the call is fulfilled. Come on, somebody. Are y'all hearing me? So what am I trying to say? You are not a mistake. Amen. Things happen in your life. It's not a mistake. Back it up, Bishop. Moses was thrown in a river. That was not a mistake. He had to be positioned. Boy, come on, somebody. See, God said, I'm calling you from your mother. I want to lay it out before I preach it. Come on, somebody. God called you from your mother's womb. God selected you to go into their aid. Out of 5 million sperm, God selected you to go in their head. When you came out those loins, you out your mother's womb, you had purpose. When you grew, you had purpose. You just didn't know your purpose. Because you hadn't been called yet. Oh, that's good, sir.
Yes.
Can I?
Yes, Lord.
Melvin, this is a good teaching. Melvin, get up and start walking. Just walk. Walk around the church. I want to show you something. He's walking. He's alive. No purpose. He's going through the course of life.
Yes.
No purpose. But purpose is in him.
Yes, sir.
He just haven't found out what his purpose is. He's making mistakes. He done been to jail, and he done been divorced, and all of a sudden Melvin, say yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Turn around. Start walking, Melvin. Melvin turned left. He just answered the call. Now it's time to find out what I'm called to do.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Watch this. You were created with what?
Purpose.
I am. I want you to say this. I am. An assignment. Say it. I am an assignment. You are an assignment from the egg. From the loins, you're an assignment. Who you think made the body? Who you think made the seed? God told you that 400 million seed right there. That seed go into that egg. Because there's destiny for you. There's a call for you. There's purpose for you. You are assigned for 2019. You got to come out now. You got to go into that egg now. Because in 2019, you're called to be a bishop. You're called to do something great for me. Go into the egg now. Conceive, woman. Be somebody help me. Before you was even conceived, I called you. Moses. Somebody say position. You have to be positioned, then prepared. Moses was thrown in the river, not knowing that baby was a savior for a whole nation. See, God told Rebecca, 2 nations, not 2 men, 2 nations is in your womb. They were nations before they became a nation. Okay. Y'all hear what I'm saying? God said 2 nations are in you. See, God speak those things that be not as though they already exist. You just have to walk out what's in you. Walk out your destiny. Walk out. Come on, somebody. If God said you're a nation, Jacob, then walk out the nation in you. Let the nation come out of you by walking it out. Watch this. Moses was set up. Pharaoh said, go kill all the males. God strategically had to hide Moses, put him in the river, send him down the river. Pharaoh's daughter gets Moses, gets Moses' mother to wing him from the milk. Then he's raised up in Pharaoh's house, hidden, positioned, yet not knowing his purpose. See, that's why you can't judge nobody. Oh, I'm going somewhere. Don't judge. Moses was raised up in his father's house, in Pharaoh's house. Here he is. Somebody say position. Then he kills a man. He's a murderer. Yet positioned. Don't judge that man. Come on. Don't judge nobody that come out of prison. You don't know what they was positioned for. don't know they don't know they have purpose. And that's why so many people go after so many other things and yet not fulfilled, or they're not fulfilled because they truly don't know who they are. They truly don't know what they're called to do. They truly don't know their purpose.
Yes.
Now here's Moses that killed the man running for his life. God set him up to prepare him. Looks bad. Moses is running for his life. And God takes him behind a mountain, starts feeding flock, becomes a shepherd. Come on, somebody. Now he's being prepared. He was positioned in Egypt, prepared behind the mountain. Yet not knowing his purpose. I was positioned in Arizona. Come on, somebody. God said, you out of position in Augusta. Now I got to move you to Arizona to get you on track to my call on your life. Because you appointed, you have a set time, you got a due date, you got a birthday coming, you got a new, come on, somebody help me, 1999, I'm going to call you, all hell is broke you in your life, everything going wrong, I'm preparing you to call.
Yes.
See, why you think sometimes bad things got to happen? God prepares you to answer.
All right now.
You won't answer if he don't have your attention. See, mess can get God.
Come on. Yes.
Mess can get your attention. Mess can get you to listen. Mess can get you to hear God when he said, Melvin.
Amen. Good.
And sometimes I got to turn the heat up because you got a date to meet.
Yes.
Woo, somebody. We can't go over that day. We can't go beyond that day. It can't be predated. It got to be right on time. So let me turn the heat up a little more because we're going to answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Position prepared. Are y'all hear me?
Yes.
Now Moses is back there feeding sheep. Sees a bush burning. What is that? Moses, take off your shoes. You on holy ground. Here's what I'm calling you to do. Moses, this is why you were born. People will never find their purpose until they come to Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Moses, here's what I'm calling you to do. Can I say something? Can I go to another place? Samuel. Is this all right? I'm going to let you go home because it's 4:40. You look like you're going home. So I'm going to let you go. I know you got a barbecue tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. Hurry up, Bishop. We got to get up out of here. So, listen to that Bible study tonight. I was getting calls. Yeah. Hey, what's this? Samuel was his mother position.
Yes.
He was called to be a prophet, but he had to get in position for it. So his mother gave him to the temple, and here he's serving in the temple. Somebody say position.
Position.
He was in the right position, yet he did not know the Lord. Oh boy, y'all better get this thing here. His mama put him in the church to serve, yet he wasn't a servant. He was just in there to serve. The scripture said he didn't even know the Lord. He didn't have no revelation of God. He didn't know who God was. He did not know God, but yet in position. And being prepared to answer. You can't mess the look. Watch this. Let people serve because they get in position and get prepared to answer. So now he's in the church serving, and all of a sudden, Samuel. Yes, Lord. I need you to move from serving to servant. Here's your purpose, Samuel. I called you to be a prophet. Y'all hear what I'm saying? David feeding sheep. Come on, somebody. Position for the call. Another example. Paul, and this is what I want to get. Paul is positioned and prepared to answer. He's persecuting the church. And Paul said in Galatians, he was called from his mother's womb. But here this man persecuting the church. This is why we don't judge. Right here. Here this man persecuting the church, and we'll judge him by him persecuting the church. And God said, no, I called him from his mother's womb. He's just in the right position. I'm about to call him. He's in the right position for the call.
Yes.
Huh? They told me I was going to die at 30 before I turned 30. You ain't going to amount to nothing. You're going to be selling drugs all your life. Just curse me, but look at me now. That wasn't a call. You don't identify who I am. You don't tell me who I am. God made me. I'm wonderfully made in the sight of God. I am who I am by the grace of God. So what you calling me right now, by how you see me right now, is not who I am right now. That's not what I'm called to be. Come on, somebody. I'm called by God. From my mother's womb, Sierra Vista was just part of the plan. Paul persecuting the church was just trying to overthrow the church, was just part of the plan. Because he had to go to Damascus. It's time. He's right on course. Can you imagine God looking at our life? Oh, he's right on it. He's right. Hold on, let me just shift it up. He's getting off track. Let me scoot him over a little bit. Oh, there you go. Yep. He's answering the call. Let me stop. Let me slow him down. He's moving too fast. Oh, let me turn the heat up a little bit. Come on, somebody. Let me put some stumbling blocks out. Come on, somebody. Yeah, he's getting hit. He's getting tired. He's getting prepared to answer the call. See, when you get tired, come on, somebody. When you realize I can't do it no more. Now you are prepared listener. Now you're prepared to listen. See, don't God do you like that while you're saved. Sometimes you get off course.
Amen.
And we try to bring trouble on the devil, but God said, I'm trying to help you fulfill your call.
Yes.
I'm trying to help. Come on, somebody. You get a little trouble in your life, and you immediately start blaming the devil. God said, no, I'm trying to fulfill the call on your life.
Yes.
And you done got off track. Are you hearing me? Paul, on his way to Damascus, saw a bright light, knocked him off his horse. Paul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? Who is it? Lord, who art thou, Lord? I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. I've called thee to be a light unto the Gentiles. I've called thee to proclaim my name to the Gentiles. Do you know that the Lord didn't condemn him for persecuting the church? That's not what you're just wasting time. Now it's time for you to redeem the time that you have lost. I call you to preach the gospel. You're coming against me now, but now I'm calling you. And those he called, he did what? He justified. You got to answer the call. It is the call of God that causes you to have purpose. Are you hearing me?
Amen.
People that come to church, don't stop people from coming to church. Don't stop people from getting to work in church. Come on, somebody. Because guess what? I was on the praise and worship team, which led me to answer the true calling of my life. I did work in the church,
Amen.
which moved me to understand, wait a minute, that dream I had when I first got saved, God is calling me to something else. Come on, somebody. And once you find purpose, now you have something to aim for. Come on, somebody.
Amen.
Now you have a goal. Now you have a target.
Yes.
Now you're not walking around aimlessly. Come on, somebody. So many people in our world is walking around, so many people right here in Sierra Vista, walking around with no purpose. But God has purpose for CHL.
Amen.
What God has for us is to help people find their purpose. And you can't find your purpose doing nothing. Come on, somebody. You can't find your purpose doing nothing. That's why I believe firmly in letting the youth get involved in ministry. I believe that. Let them sing. Let them dance. Let them feel like they're needed. Let them find themselves. Find out who they are. Come on, somebody.
Okay.
Because I knew what it took for me to truly find what I was put here for. I didn't just come to church to sit down. I got busy. Come on, somebody. I learned. I watched. And next thing you know, man, just by watching other people, my relationship with God got stronger. You see what I'm saying? So when you come to church, we want everybody to, it's a whole bunch of auxiliaries out there. Find something to do. The children's church. If that's what your gift is, start using your talents. Feel like you're a part of something. Get involved. Some people don't have no purpose because they don't feel a part of nothing. But we want you to feel like you're a part. Do your part. Amen. So you were called. You wasn't called just to be called. You wasn't born for nothing. You was born to do something. You were born to do something. You are somebody. Amen. Come on, give God a praise. Come on, give the Lord praise. Come on, give him praise. You were born. God never said it would be easy. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. I was telling the elders, without a Goliath, David wouldn't be who he is. A lot of times we run from Goliath. You don't hear nothing about the men that was afraid. God is not giving you the spirit of fear. Don't be afraid to conquer your giant. Your giant is the one that's going to make you who you are. Without a Goliath, David wouldn't have had the fame he had. Come on, somebody. And sometimes you need Goliath in your life. Thank God for Goliath. Because Goliath made David who he really was. But you don't hear nobody talking about the men that were afraid to slay this giant. You were created with purpose. Some of you might have giants in your life. But you know what? That giant, slaying them, is going to put you where you need to be. Do you believe that? You're going to have adversity in your life. Nobody said it would be easy. Hey, I come up sometimes, I don't feel like preaching. Come on, somebody. But you don't walk by how you feel. Come on, somebody. I've been there. You don't walk by, I know God has a call on my life. And there's going to be times where, oh, I just don't. I don't go by that. I go out anyway. Sometimes there's a good word and everybody feels good. Then somebody, we show up like the night we all tired looking. I'm just, but do that change who we are? Do it change where we're going? Come on, somebody. It don't change nothing. We still believe God's going to do what he's going to do. We believe God is doing what he said he's going to do right here in CHF. Come on, somebody. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes. We have purpose here. God put us here for a reason. You are an assignment. Amen? And you're going to fulfill your assignment at CHF. Come on, somebody. This is where you're going to fulfill it. You're going to